welcome to my channel. This is the dance of evolving. It's funny, I realize that I've called it this because life is truly a continual dance of evolving. If we're evolving, we're moving forward. So that's something to celebrate no matter what, even if you're moving forward from past mistakes that you've made, or just seeing things in your journey in a different light. But life really isn't a journey to a destination. It's a dance of being able to adapt and evolve to life's unfolding events and to know our part in that integral puzzle. So today I wanted to talk about the comparison game. And when I think about the light that we shine on others, the inner light that we have in us, our inner sanctuary is really our safe space, and how well our inner sanctuary has been taken care of will affect what we offer to the rest of the world, what type of friendships that we cultivate, what type of romantic relationships that we are able to participate in for the first time in a healthy way, right? Because our inner sanctuary is legit. So when we think about our inner sanctuary, it is the light within our heart, and knowing how to capture that, and when we lose it and when we're off track. And the comparison game is one way to lose sight of your true worth, your true purpose, and the comparison game will get you out of the present and will affect the presence that you carry. So it's a really big deal. Also, it affects our youth big time, our future generations to come, the way that they see us and how we deal with catching on to comparisons and everything. It's a huge deal. So let's talk about how to end the comparison-itis, the comparison game once and for all. I was listening on Women of Impact, a podcast, and they were speaking about this, and they talked about the ACEs method. And ACEs actually stands for an acronym. So we get the A, C, E, and the S. So really, how to end the comparison game in 4 steps, and 4 steps that will work every time, because we do not need to compare ourselves to anyone. So I was thinking, every time that we've been told no, even when we were children, adults, or we're told that we don't fit into a certain story, anytime there is rejection, even though if that is God's protection or a way leading us to a new way, this rejection or this expectation that has not been met will chip away at our confidence and our self-worth. And it starts to really have us where we compare ourselves to others constantly in life. And it's a subconscious thing. So like I said, being aware of your subconscious and knowing how to reprogram it is a really big thing, because 95% of what we do is steered by our subconscious. And so once we can control this, well, we're winning. So awareness is everything. So I want you to think of, in the ACEs method, the very first step is awareness. The way that you compare your self-talk has an effect on everything that you do. When we look at a lot of, I think of comparison a lot with body image. When we think of a lot of habits that we see in people with their eating and binging, coping strategies, seeking for external validation. This all comes with a lack of an awareness. And these habits will continue, and the ways to deal with the feelings that we're suppressing, unless you have an awareness, it will continue. So A for ACEs, you become the ACEs of the comparison game. You no longer allow it in your life, is having an awareness. And thinking about our youth and body comparisons and modeling as adults how to carry ourselves and how to think, because a lot of us will tear ourselves apart. I can't tell you how many times, sorry, I'm dealing with a sinus infection here, that I in my life walked past the mirror and caught myself in this body comparison, or just tearing myself down subconsciously. So being aware of what you say to yourself. Like, I remember thinking like, oh, you look, terrible in shorts, and like, there's so many other people who look better than you. And like, none of that needs to be even going on up here. Children watch, and even if you don't have children, you're a living example to how to deal with this, and it starts with us. So knowing who you truly are, and I think how I started to end this comparison game is finding the magic in the miracle that you really are, the fact that you are on this planet. I mean, think about it. It's 1 in 400 trillion chances that things matched up with your parents and you were able to be born. And you're here on earth for a reason. So cultivating that talk within yourself and really believing it. And I'm speaking from experience. This is the first way to end the comparison game, because when you know you're a miracle, you don't compare yourself to others. Stop tearing ourselves apart and noticing. Having an awareness means that you notice your triggers. A lot of us don't like triggers. I never thought the triggers were ever a good thing until this year. But I've stated before that triggers are a gift. And what I mean by that is a trigger is going on in your internal sanctuary, your inner sanctuary, the light of your heart, to let you know that something's not right, or that there's a disbelief, or there is a root of some kind of suppressed emotion or thought, or a belief, a limiting belief within you that can be liberated. So this is what I mean by triggers. So if you find yourself where something is really irking you, or something is causing you to feel lower self-worth, I would look at that trigger, notice it, come back to your truth that you are a miracle, but let it go through. Like when you have this trigger, I like to sit back and just observe, take it in and think, why am I feeling this way? And then step back out of it when I have a better understanding. So just having an awareness of what are you saying to yourself about yourself. And a lot of us don't realize this. Like our words and our thoughts create reality. So one that, and I'm going to be super raw with you guys in this video because, well, the storyline of my life these days is authenticity. And I learned that you can't go wrong with being yourself and ditching the people pleasing and worrying about what anybody thinks. So words and thoughts create realities. I caught myself in a disbelief that me getting older would decrease my value. Literally, I caught myself feeling that way about myself. Like, and then I thought, why? What is making me feel this way? Like, instead of getting excited about living another year, to have a dread of getting older and thinking, oh, that life is passing. No, life isn't passing. The value of my soul and who I am on this planet has zero to do with how many years I've lived and I'm living. It's something to celebrate. So realizing that my words and thoughts create my realities, I don't want that belief in my head. I want to celebrate every new year that I'm given. I want to cultivate wisdom and knowledge and know that my experiences help me grow, and I have more to offer the world. The more that I experience, and the more that I experience liberation and healing, and really cultivating that inner world, that inner sanctuary, and then being able to help others heal. And that, the more years that I am given, I increase in value because my wisdom and my knowledge and the light within me is brighter, and therefore I can help others and heal. Literally, I caught myself with that disbelief, and that would have become my reality. A lot of my actions would have kept me from moving forward if I would have had this belief hidden within me. So noticing a trigger and dealing with it is a major thing. So having that awareness, where do I compare myself? What are my triggers? So A stands for awareness. Here's the thing, as hard as it is, when you shed light on something, well, there's no longer dark there. So having that awareness means that you can investigate, you can shine light on those triggers, have an awareness of them, and be able to step out and liberate yourself from it. So that's like a really huge thing. And then you can choose a different path. So the example that I just gave you about getting older, and then knowing that you choose a different path. Well, okay, how do I use comparison? I'm gonna actually give you my how I'm actually using the ACEs method. The C, so A, awareness. C stands for choosing a different path. So I choose a different path than believing that as I get older, my value decreases. No, I choose a different path. I actually do have an awareness that if I am led by the Spirit and that I am learning that not only can I heal, alchemize, heal my inner sanctuary within, but then I can take that strength and that knowledge and that wisdom and I can help others heal and step out of darkness. I mean, I have a purpose, I have a value, and I know that I can help others. So this is choosing a different path. And also, I can use comparison. If I catch myself in the comparison game, I can use it as inspiration. For example, I can look at other people who are choosing the path of inner work and healing and having a self-awareness and stepping into consciousness. I can study other people, and I can even study other people my age or older and see how are they growing? How is their value to this world increasing? And well, if they can do that, use that as fuel, I can do that too, propelling me to move forward to my dreams. Here's another like very real example. Let's say you're at the gym and you're on a treadmill and you look over and you see someone around the same age as you and they are getting it, working out. They are really in it, and they, instead of comparing and being like, oh, I should be like this. Sorry, I dropped something. Oh, I should be like that. Or, oh, coming down on yourself, use it as fuel, as inspiration. Well, if she can run that fast on the treadmill or the Stairmaster, whatever, girls get ankle weights on in the gym. Well, then I can do it. And using that as inspiration to join along with them with the strength and the power that you see within them. So again, ACEs, A, awareness. C, choose a different path. You can choose that different path by reframing your thinking, by having a situational awareness of what is causing you with your trigger, but then replacing these beliefs with ones that actually, and it's not, you're just making stuff up to feel better, but real beliefs that move you forward. And like my example, that I actually do increase in the value that I add to this world. The more I heal, the more I grow, and the more that I learn what it is like to have an inner sanctuary of peace and love and kindness within, that then you can offer to others, like different path. So then that leads us to the E. What does the E stand for? And I love this because it's eliminate, exit, or exhale. It's one of those E's. So once you're choosing that different path and then you see, okay, well, what do I need to eliminate in my life to rid myself, to get me off of this path? Do I need to exit a situation? Or do I just simply need to exhale and reframe my thinking? So, and I know I'm giving a lot of examples that maybe like would pertain to women, but just thinking like, even I know when they were speaking about this on Women of Impact, they mentioned like, let's say you're in a situation where the girl actually speaking who wrote the book about the ACEs method, she was speaking about how she was trying to have a baby for like 18 months. And she had a major trigger. She was comparing herself with her other friends who were like, let's all have babies together. And her friends ended up having babies way before she did. And she's going there to celebrate, for the weekend with her friends about celebrating being able to have a baby. And then where she took a pregnancy test that morning and still was negative. So thinking about, well, she can't eliminate because these are her friends and it's actually her problem. Like she needs to look within. So she can't exit the situation. She wants to go there and support her friends. So that would be a time to exhale, knowing that in divine timing that she will be able to, to have a baby if it's God's will in divine timing. And and resting easy in that. And so that's what I mean by eliminate, exit, or exhale. And in her doing that and supporting her friends, she actually showed the story that she came back and that was actually a false negative, that she was pregnant the whole time. So it just shows that the more that you grow and you're able to stop comparing and just move forward by eliminating, exiting, or exhaling and coming up with a new, way to look at the situation, we can step out of this comparison game and really truly know our value and our purpose for that day and the miracle that we are. So I started doing this and then filling life with things that light me up, like thinking, what moves me forward? What makes my soul tick, and how can I help others see this? And so the more that I'm doing this, I'm seeing that the other things in my life that actually don't belong are being weeded out naturally. And I can sit here and even if I catch myself comparing, like I love to dance, and I see such a connection with being able to be truly present within the moment, being able to find a different outlet to release, like dance, and to be balanced within your inner sanctuary and to know the light and the miracle that you have within yourself. There's such a connection with that. So that leads me to the S. So remember, the A is an awareness. The C is to choose a different path in doing so. The E is, do you need to exit, eliminate, or exhale? And then the S is shifting your state. You can shift your state by mine is through dancing or, just getting my body moving. But sometimes it's also taking a bath, and listening to a podcast and feeding my mind. You can swim, shower, read a book, whatever, but shift your state. And Tony Robbins says, change your state. Energy, everything is energy. So when you move energy, negative energy out of your body, then you're also exchanging energy and filling your cup when you choose to shift your state. So if you find yourself feeling like crap or in that comparisonitis, comparing game, that's where after you have that awareness and you choose that different path by eliminating, exhaling, or exiting a situation, and then what can I do right now to move that energy out and to shift my state? But like I said, just remembering that we truly are a miracle. There's something that I framed up here I want to show you. It is actually, see here, I put it right there. And I'm just going to read it to you really quickly because it's probably, it's one of the most beautiful things. And it really shows that there is no time to compare ourselves to others because we have a true purpose. Crystals, okay, so I'm actually just going to read this here for. Crystals are most potent in their purest form. So why do you undermine yourself? Dig deeper into your true, genuine, authentic self. Unleash. Show up in your purest form. There is something so stunningly special and precious about being in your rawest form. Stay raw and be truly, authentically yourself. I believe we all go through things and experiences in life so we can grow, evolve, learn, and therefore help others. This world is so magnificent, and people need someone as significant as yourself. Create art, share it with the world. It is ultimately the living circle of humans. We experience, we create art, and we help others. This is the beginning of a new, abundant, and satisfying life. But with this comes the beauty of patience. And with the virtue of patience comes faith. There will be light at the end of the tunnel. There most certainly will. So as you can see with what I just read right there, we have a true purpose. And the circle of humans is to create art, share it with the world. We experience, we create art, we heal, we help others. So let's help each other heal of this comparison game. And we can use the ACEs method to do that. Feel free to leave any comments below. If you are also finding yourself in the comparison game and certain things within the ACEs method. So, how did you choose a different path? What has helped you? I would love to hear feedback down below. If you have not subscribed yet, and you like my content, please do so. The notifications bell will also let you know anytime I update and upload any new info, and share if you think that this will help someone. If you've noticed that um, someone could benefit from this knowledge and just needs to be reminded how significant they are in this integral puzzle of life, then send this video to someone as well. And I love you all. And I will see you again later this week on the Dance of Evolving.